It's been 6 weeks. 6 weeks since we last talked about the Evolving Skies market, and a lot has happened over those past 6 weeks. We've seen almost what seems like an endless supply of product just be dumped onto the market, where we've had new collection boxes come out, bringing us a bunch of Fusion Strike booster packs, a bunch of Brilliant Stars booster packs, more Chilling Reign, more Vivid Voltage. We've had to reprint with Vivid Voltage, Elite Trainer boxes, Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer boxes, Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes, a reprint of a collection box from Shining Fates. A lot of product that has just kind of really been poured onto the market, but very little Evolving Skies product. A few products, like the new V-Hero tins with all the evolutions, those have Evolving Skies in it. The Collector's Bundle had an Evolving Skies pack, but overall, not a whole lot of Evolving Skies booster packs hitting the open market. And what's happened? Over the past 6 weeks, we have seen a 30% rise in Evolving Skies booster boxes. We've seen a 30% increase in Umbreon VMAX, the alternate art. Things have been going absolutely crazy, and we're going to look at Evolving Skies a little bit more in depth today. But before we begin, I do want to remind everybody what day it is. Today is Friday, and we do not have any reprint announcements for Evolving Skies. And what that means is the Danny Phantump reprint continues. We are giving away one booster box from Evolving Skies every single week for the rest of the year, unless Evolving Skies finally gets printed. So, congratulations to Lorraine Barreras. I hope I'm saying that right. Lorraine Barreras. You are the proud new owner of an Evolving Skies booster box. All you have to do is just message me your details. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Danny.Phantump, or you can find me on Twitter, Danny__O, or just shoot me an email. I just need your address and I'll get this out. If you didn't win, that's okay, because it's going to start over again. We are going to be giving away another booster box of Evolving Skies, and to be entered to win, all you have to do is just leave a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Then you are entered. We will announce the winner next week, Friday, and we're just going to keep going until finally a reprint comes. And boy, do we need a reprint, because if we look at these, we're going to do some sealed product, and then we're going to do some singles, just the alternate arts. That's what we're focusing on. It's still like 24 items, so it's still quite a bit. So bear with me. But there's a lot going on here. So if we start out by looking at the Evolving Skies booster box, last time when we looked, about 6 weeks ago, and this is trending over the past month here. So last time we looked, we were looking at an Evolving Skies booster box with a current market price of about $141, just slightly under MSRP. As you can see now, it's currently sitting at $183.46. So over the past 6 weeks, it has gone up over 30%, which is absolutely insane for a product, a modern product that isn't even a year old yet. So that begs the question of, is Pokemon going to address this soon? Are we going to start getting a reprint? Because it's getting to the point where people are actually willing to pay, close to $200. That's telling us the market is willing to pay close to $200 for this product because they are selling. Now, whether that's fair or not, that's a completely different point. The point is that people are willing to pay that amount for the specific product, which is why you have a high point of $188.96 over the past month. That happened just about a week ago, and now you're sitting at $183.46. Absolutely crazy. If we look at booster packs, an actual booster pack that you can kind of go in store, find at Target, at Walmart, at a lot of different places. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't finding these blister packs and these booster packs at their local retail stores because they're not being able to keep them on the shelves, but you're looking at $4.72, which is the current selling point for a product that has an MSRP of about $4.18. Same thing with the blister pack that we're looking at right next to it. The sleeve booster, currently sitting at $5.73, has you a little bit concerned, right? Starts getting to a point where it's a little bit concerning, because once you get to a price where it's about $7 or more for a modern set booster pack where people can still buy them at store, then you start worrying about scalping issues, right? Because people go buy out that product and they'll sell them because they know that they can make a couple dollars on each one that they sell. If we look down at the Elite Trainer boxes, these are going to go up quite a bit. These prices aren't too bad if we look at the market price currently. That's why I wanted to add the lowest listed, because these are starting to sell a little bit more quickly. High point, $58.17, which we saw at the beginning, really the end of March. Its low point of $55.13. Not a whole lot of difference there. Its low point it hit right at the beginning of April, currently sitting at $56.88. Like I said, not a whole lot of difference there, but if you look, the lowest listed one right now for this specific art was Sylveon, Espeon, Glaceon, and Vaporeon. The lowest listed one right now is $64.88. So what does that tell you? As the market turns over, as we start a new week or whatever the case may be, when TCG Player updates their market pricing, this is going to go up, right? Because the lowest listed listed price currently is $64.88. Same thing with the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box that's featuring Jolteon, Flareon, Umbreon, and Leafeon. The high point of $58.32. There's more consistency with this one, right? You can see the trajectory upwards. More consistency, $58.32, which it just hit about a week ago. Its low point of $52.49, which it hit about 4 weeks ago, but its lowest listed right now is $68. So what does that tell you? That tells you the market price for this product is actually going to go up probably about $5 to $10 over the next week or so, because there's nothing lower than that $68 price point. If we look at the 3-pack blister, this one has been going up quite a bit as well, so I wanted to kind of draw a little bit of attention to it before we jump into singles. If you can find these in stores, these are MSRP for what, like $13 or so. You can tell its low point over the last month was $24.04. That happened March 23rd, and then it's been doing nothing but climbing since then to $28.12, which is where it's currently sitting right now. It's a fun little 3-pack blister. It gets that cool little promo card with the Umbreon in it, but definitely trending in the upward direction. Now we're going to look over the past month of data at some of these alternate arts, actually all the alternate arts in Evolving Skies. A lot of these are starting to get out of control. A lot of them are really starting to gain in price. And some of them might interest you. There's a couple of them that have gone down, but for the most part, a lot of them are going nuts. Umbreon VMAX, like I said, increased over 30% over the past 6 weeks, which is absolutely crazy. Its low point of like 200, its old high point in the last video that we recorded about 6 weeks ago was about 250. Now its low point is 298.74, which it hit March 23rd. It went all the way up to almost $350. Now it's cooled off just a smidge, kind of telling us, hey, maybe this is kind of the max point where people are willing to buy an ungraded raw copy that's near mint condition. We'll see what happens over the next coming weeks, especially without a reprint announced, if this continues to trend upwards. But a 30% increase on an expensive card over the span of 6 weeks is very unheard of in Pokemon. So that's absolutely insane to kind of look at those numbers right there for the Umbreon VMAX. Rayquaza VMAX has done very well. Also, it's seen about 20% increase over the past 6 weeks. It went from $212.14, which is where it was on March 23rd. Did nothing but really climb and climb and climb to the point now where it's sitting at $236.98 as its high point, which is actually, it actually hit that high point just a few days ago. It dropped down to $232. Or no, it hit $232.37. This market price here is wrong. That's from April 18th. So $232.37 is basically like right here, if you can see where my cursor is, and then it jumped up to $236.98, which is actually where it's currently sitting. If we look at the Leafeon VMAX, also trending in the upward direction. This one has grown a lot. If you look at its low price over the past 3 months, it was down to $79.48. So if we look over the past 3 months of data for this Leafeon VMAX, it has grown, what is that, $80? $80 over the span of 3 months. It's currently sitting at $152.77, which is its 3-month high. But just look at that trend. Look at that upward trend over 3 months of data. Really after that Evolving Skies market, kind of the reprint, that third wave that we had at the end of November really got exhausted at that $100, $110, $120 booster box price. A lot of people cracked product open. Now all of a sudden people are like, oh, well, I don't want to pay MSRP. MSRP is getting a little bit too expensive. I'm just going to buy some of the singles I need. And it went from $79.48 up to $152.77 over the span of 3 months, which is absolutely crazy. If we look at the Sylveon VMAX here, its high point of $126.35 is where it's currently at. It was at $104.84 about a month ago. So end of March, jumped up. Now it's at $126.35, sitting at a 1-month high. Glaceon VMAX went down a little bit and then started climbing a ridiculously fast fashion. So it was at $107.96. It's gained about $30 over the past 4 weeks, over the past month. It's up to $137.76, which is kind of where it's sitting right now. Went down, what, 50 cents or so, so really sitting at its 1-month high still. If we look at the Rayquaza V, this one's a little bit different. So we saw some trend downwards a little bit at the beginning of April, and now it's kind of rebounded nicely. It's $82.84 is its high point, which it actually hit a couple of weeks ago. It's sitting really close to that $82.78. Its low point was $77.38, which it hit at the beginning of April, so not a whole lot of difference there. It kind of tells you that there's a consistent price point for this right now, but it seems to be heading in the upward direction. Dragonite V has been doing extremely well over the past month. You can see March 23rd was its low point right around that time frame. It's gained $11 over the past month. It was at $74.24, then kind of went up and down a little bit, and then shot way up to $85.92, and that's where it's sitting right now, and kind of really following that upward trend. Umbreon V is one of the lone exceptions, along with the Leafeon V that we're looking at next, but that Umbreon V has actually trended downward, and it's rebounding a little bit, but as you can tell, it was at 86.06 is its low, and it actually hit that. This is one of the few that hit a 1 month low a couple weeks ago, down from 92.45, which is where it was at the end of March. So a lot of people maybe graduating, maybe moving on from that Umbreon V. Maybe they're focusing more on the Umbreon V or Umbreon V Max from Brilliant Stars, because some of these have gotten to a price point where they're just a little bit too expensive. Whereas you can buy an Umbreon V, what looks like an alternate art, as that trainer gallery card in Brilliant Stars, and that's like $20, $25 somewhere on there. So considerably cheaper option for a very cool looking card. Currently sitting at $88.51. Still a very expensive card, sitting kind of in the middle of that 1 month high and low right now. And then if we look at the Leafeon V, $65.70. It actually hit its 1 month high at the end of March, and now it's gone down quite a bit. So a little bit different, much like that Umbreon, where it's gone down to $59.88. It's actually sitting at a 1 month low right now, unlike some of those secret rare alternate arts that we were talking about before, and even unlike this Espeon V, which is actually sitting at a 1 month high. Not as much movement when it comes to some of these other ones. Espeon V, as you can tell, it's only moved about 7%, I would say. Really only about $3 as far as a change goes. It's low of 55.62. It hit at the beginning of April, and now it's hit a high point over the past month of 58.85. But you can tell there's only a few dollars difference there. A little bit bigger of a difference in the Glaceon V, where you've got about 10-12% where the change is. Its high point of 65.97. It hit at it hit at March 23rd, much like some of these other ones, then dropped down to that 57.51, which it hit kind of at the beginning of April, and it's been hovering right around that area right now, sitting at $58.59. Sylveon V, not as much movement in this one either. 59.38 was its high point, which it hit at the beginning of April. Its low point of 55.14. It hit right after that, currently sitting at 58.09. Some of these other lower grade alternate arts have seen a little bit more movement, a little bit higher of a percentage, like what you see from this Noivern V here. It started out on March 23rd at 26.67, and it's gained about 25% since then. It's sitting at 32.28, which is actually right around its 1 month high right now. $32.12 is where it's sitting, which is very close to its 1 month high of 32.28. Then we've got the secret rare Duraludon VMAX. Definitely one of the cheapest cards as a VMAX alternate art I would have ever thought Evolving Skies would produce, especially if you look at those evolutions. Really goes to show you the difference in fanfare of some of these cards. But the Duraludon VMAX, which is also an alternate art, also a secret rare, also very hard to pull. Same pull rates we would expect as the other evolutions, but much less demand, right? And demand affects the price that much, because if we look at the low point of 26.52, which it hit at the end of March, and it has gone up about 10%, it's sitting at 29.87, but obviously that's a huge price difference from the $300 Umbreon VMAX card that has similar rarities. If we look at the Duraludon V, went down a little bit. It's sitting at $18.49 currently, which is only about 20 cents higher than its 1 month low of $20.83 is its 1 month high. So over the past 4 weeks or so, it's dropped about 10%. If we look at the Golurk V, these two alternate arts are actually fairly cheap, not too bad as far as price points go. Golurk V is a very cool looking card, and I love the Metacham V as well. $18.59 is its high point, which it actually hit about a week ago. Its low point of 16.71, it hit at the beginning of April. It's gone down a little bit, but not a huge amount. Nothing to be concerned about or nothing to be worried about. Same thing with the Metacham V. Very, very low differences here. So you have a $14.08 low point, and then over the past week, it's gone to a 1 month high of $15.27. Very little movement compared to some of these other cards like the Dragonite V, which has moved a lot, and some of these other more in-demand cards that we see. How high will they go? What will they do? It's very interesting to kind of watch some of these cards in the market, some of these cards in the space, because there is so much demand for them, right? And that's what makes things absolutely crazy when it goes to Evolving Skies. And when you start looking at the booster boxes and sealed product and things like that, when Pokemon produces product and puts product out, and I think this is what they're trying to avoid, is when they put something, let's say they put Evolving Skies single pack blisters on PokemonCenter.com, and then people go out and they buy it out because they know that they can sell it for $7, $8 online on a secondary website like eBay or like Facebook or something like that. Pokemon doesn't want that. So I think that's when you start looking at reprint possibilities coming sooner rather than later. But we'll see what happens. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Make sure to leave a like and a comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you are entered to win an Evolving Skies booster box of your own. We're going to give this one away next week, Friday, so just make sure to do what you got to do to enter that. Thank you so much for all your attention. Evolving Skies is a lot of fun to pay attention to, a lot of fun to look at. It's a very fascinating market because it is so different than what we've seen with all the other Sword and Shield sets, and kind of might give us some insight, some brief insight into what we can expect from Brilliant Stars, but it'll depend, really gives us an idea, an understanding of where Pokemon is going moving forward with some of these really in-demand sets. So comment down below, let me know what you think, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. I will talk to you soon. Until next time, peace!